Bro, let's be real here. There's no denying it. It's tough not to cheat.
Even better than I was the
Yeah.
last time, baby.
We back.
You know what I'm saying? Let me take you niggas through a journey real quick.
Witnesses, welcome back to the channel. This is Kumalo's Witness with Ash Kumalo. I wanted to talk about something that's been bothering my mind for a minute, and I'm sure it's been on your mind as well. I want to talk about monogamy and why it's so hard. Especially in today's world, bro, it just feels like temptation is everywhere. It's just one swipe away. Bro, let's be real here. There's no denying it. It's tough not to cheat. We live in a time where everybody is accessible and options are endless. Social media has changed the game completely, making it easier than ever to connect with new people. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, Hinge, or even LinkedIn. Everywhere you turn, there's someone new who catches your eye. And this accessibility challenges our willpower in ways that the older generations never had to deal with. They never had to experience this and they wouldn't understand. At the heart of the issue is the reality that monogamy is not as natural as we might like to think. Biologically, humans aren't necessarily built for lifelong monogamy. Nah. Like, of course, innately we desire to be seen, to be heard, to be loved in a committed partnership. But our natural urges for sexual exploration can be often stronger. This is especially true today thanks to the constant barrage of stimuli from social media. Let's get into detail a little more on why this is the case. First, consider lust. Lust is a fundamental biological drive, an immediate and often overwhelming desire for sexual release. This impulse can be triggered by sensory cues. A glance at someone attractive, a whiff of an enticing scent, a casual touch, Biologically, these triggers can lead to an increase in nitric oxide in the brain, which heightens sexual appetite and stimulates blood flow to the genitals. Then there's libido, which can be thought of as a baseline level for a sexual desire. Hormones, particularly testosterone, play a significant role here. Serotonin also affects libido, which is why antidepressants that affect serotonin levels often decrease libido as a side effect. So our basic sexual drive is influenced by a mix of immediate sensory input and underlying hormonal balance. But what about love and romantic bonding? This drive is different, more long-term and subtle compared to the urgent desire of lust. Early on, romantic and erotic desire are often intertwined, but over time, emotional attachment and companionship take the forefront. The chemistry of romance involves different players like oxytocin and vasopressin, which foster bonding and long-term attachment. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky. Lust and romantic love are not completely separate, but they aren't perfectly aligned either, Many people can feel sexual arousal without a desire for romantic bonding, and vice versa. This is why sexual monogamy, staying sexually exclusive to one person for life, is so rare, bro. It's rarer than you think. I don't know if rarer is a word, but it's rare, bro. Everyone cheats on the side, low key. Our erotic and romantic desires often do not sync up perfectly. To complicate matters further, these drives can sometimes work against each other. Long-term relationships, which can thrive on companionship and familiarity, can dull the edge of lust. The same security and comfort that makes us feel safe and loved can also reduce the spontaneous erotic desire we feel in the beginning. The spark, it dies. This effect makes sense biologically. Some forms of love, like the parental instinct, can inhibit sexual desire. If you start seeing your partner as someone to be protected and cared for, rather than an erotic partner, it can lead to a sexless marriage. The transition from lover to caregiver can be a natural consequence of the deep psychological security monogamy provides. All this begs the question, Can one person meet all our emotional and physical needs? If our drives for love and lust sometimes contradict each other, it's no wonder maintaining monogamy can be so challenging. Social monogamy, staying with one partner for social and emotional reasons, requires a delicate and often difficult balancing act. From an evolutionary standpoint, there's no perfect strategy. Evolution is about playing the odds. A successful reproductive strategy for men might involve forming a stable pair bond while also seeking opportunities to mate outside that bond. For women, it could mean being selective about partners and not necessarily limiting to just one. These strategies are about maximizing reproductive success, not ensuring lifelong sexual exclusivity. And on a personal level, bro, as a black man, I feel like this struggle is compounded by cultural factors. In many of our cultures, a man's status is often associated with how many women he has. Growing up, many of us saw our fathers engaging in relationships outside the marital home, sometimes even bragging about it. This behavior gets passed down, perpetuating a cycle where multiple relationships are normalized and even celebrated. You go for a ride with your dad, you see your father stepping out and he says, son, don't tell your mom about this one. And you think you and your dad are bonding and shit like that. You think that's what it means to be a man. Me and my dad have a secret. I won't tell my mom. But bro, like, what we doing, fam? This secrecy becomes a learned behavior. And before we even know it, we're repeating the same patterns. Honestly, bro, it's a generational curse that leaves many children growing up without the stable, loving homes they deserve, often leading them to repeat the same mistakes. The abused becomes the abuser. That's how it goes. So what's the solution here? How do we break this cycle? Well, it starts with awareness and honest conversations about our desires and the pressures we face. We need to challenge the cultural norms that celebrate and promote infidelity, and instead, we need to promote values of honesty, respect, and commitment. Couples should communicate openly about their needs and work together to keep the spark alive, even as they build deep emotional bonds. So, in conclusion, monogamy is hard because it goes against some of our strongest biological drives and is made even harder by the accessibility of temptation in today's world. But recognizing these challenges is the first step towards overcoming them. You can do it. Let's strive for relationships that honor both our emotional and physical needs through mutual understanding and effort. Whatever you're into, do your thing, as long as you're doing it openly and you've communicated with the other person. Don't lie. Don't allow someone else's child to live in a false reality that you created. You're not God. I hope you found this video informative, bro. Thank you for tuning in to Kumalo's Witness. If you found this video insightful at all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts down below in the comments, you know what I'm saying? And if you're in a monogamous relationship, how are you doing that? Like, how are you navigating that? And you're strong. You're one of God's bravest soldiers. Strength, resilience, all of that. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
Ashley?
I wanna be appreciated. I wanna be appreciated.